Welcome and thank you for joining the Power Hour this Tuesday night. I'm Steve, along with the major knockout known as Cactus Rack, and Red and Rion will be on in a bit. Tonight, I'm excited because we get to welcome back one of our favorite guests, the world's most dangerous game, the Hunter, Paragon. Hello, Paragon.
How you doing, man? It's been a minute. It's
It's
been a minute.
I look back at our history together, and I've come a long way since I called you the Paragon that first night and was
Oh
immediately
man.
slapped in the face.
And you know what too? We got a whole bunch of new stuff. I got the new setup here, new
Yeah, it's
attitude,
beautiful.
new mantra. Everything right now is all about being fresh, being new. I feel good. And also I think we're continuing our streak that I have been on the Power Hour at least once a year since my first episode. So
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
you've been a
Should
fantastic.
we start like a VIP card or something, like a stamp card or something?
I'm about to say because on SNL, once you host so many times, and I'm about to say this is minimum number 5 or 6 that I've been on here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Marche wants jackets, so Red and I are looking into what that's going to cost, and Paragon would have to get himself a jacket because he would be in the jacket club like on
You
Saturday
would
Night
need the
Live.
first one.
I'm about to
So
say because there's even one year I think I was on 2 to 3 times.
we had that one where you and I forget
Bo
his.
Crockett, Bo Crockett.
Yeah, Bo Crockett. You and Bo Crockett went at it on the show that one time, and you've been on a couple of times. During Chicagoland Championship Wrestling, and you did some stuff. When we did Frontline earlier. But it's always great to have you. You're one of the guests that it's a week off for me because I don't need to do all the talking because you do all the talking and you're better at it than I am anyway. So that always makes me happy. It's always great when I don't have to carry the load.
Well, I mean, because some people that they don't understand the gift of gab, they don't have the gift of gab, and then some of them don't have an uncle like the infamous C Red who
And
would be
C-Red's
on their
finally here.
backside
He's
if
coming
he
right
didn't
now.
talk. Oh yeah, he's coming. He's loading.
He's right. He's figuring it out. C-Red, is there would be, without the people on this show, people are like, if people leave the show, Steve, will you keep doing it? And I'm like, no, because without Red, without Cactus, without Rion, it's not the Power Hour. So I would have to go off and do something else because they're more a part of it than even I am. So I'm
Which I
glad
want to shout out Rion. And I wish he would hurry up and get on here because
too.
I actually shouted out Rion on my podcast, Dear Pro Wrestling. And
Really.
so I need him to get his tookis on here so that way I can shout him out and he can actually hear the love I send him.
I would like to hear you love on Rion because he doesn't get loved on enough. And speaking of love, it is the man that is the color of love, the one and only urban sensation, C Red. How are you, Red? What about your nephew here? You got your nephew here.
I see him. I'm just
Dang, I'm getting the cold shoulder. I'm
What is
normally the
happening
favorite
here?
nephew.
What is
I'm normally
happening?
the favorite nephew.
Man,
normally.
Uncle Red is angry.
Oh, you didn't change sides. I was over here defending your baldness, and you out here mad at me.
I don't like you when family fight.
Well, then tell certain Cabbage Patch kids they need to calm down. They need to simmer
Oh, well,
down.
first of all, that one. Oh, I'm waiting for somebody to whoop his ever loving ass.
But let me guess, you talking about my opponent this weekend, ain't you?
I'm talking about shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I thought you're not talking about Russ, Red?
No,
No,
so
he ain't talking about Russ.
right, I could give two shits about Russ.
Well, that stands to
Like, and well, I'm just gonna be honest. He in for an ass whooping. Somebody gonna put an ass whooping on him so bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he just trying to just, he want people to just put eyes on him or what. But he going about it the wrong way. And somebody I really already think he done called out the wrong people.
Well,
Oh, he didn't call out the wrong one.
Yeah, we said that immediately with the first hit on Paragon. I'm like, son, do you know what you're doing right now? You of all the radars on all the wrestlers on planet Earth that you don't want to be on, you don't want to be on Paragon's radar because he will come for you, and in the end, he will get you. I've seen it.
Oh, we've seen it.
100%.
And I mean, I'm buying the fucking ticket to wherever that damn match is.
Yeah,
I'm sitting front row. I'm buying the hot dog and the popcorn.
you're not gonna get to eat of it because a match of that nature is like Santino in the Royal Rumble. That shit's over before it starts.
Oh no.
Oh, you're gonna stretch that
No.
out.
I'm gonna take my time. Cause see, here's the thing. You don't learn from the quick ass whoopings, okay? Oh, see, here's the thing, Steve. I don't want to assume, but due to you having a caucus background, due to you being rice-skinned, not light-skinned, you may have not had what we call a country ass whooping. But when you have had a country ass whooping, there are the fast whoopings, which you learn nothing from, and the country ass whoopings that you think about doing something, and decades down the line, that pain and that memory, it finds you. It gets back in your soul. It gets in your backside. It makes you make Prince noises. And you decide right there in that moment to rethink the bullshit you was about to do. I am finna take my time, okay? I am gonna take my time on him like C. Redwood if he got about 15 to 50 minutes with Halle Berry alone.
You hit Red right where he lives, right in the field. You can Red perked up. You got Red Ball perked up now. He's been after Halle for a long time.
He ain't mad at me no more. He said,
mad at you no
look
more.
at him, nephew. If you know Halle, we got to talk for a second.
Oh, we good.
She's from Cleveland, so I can hit her up.
We good. But so officially, hello, Steve. Hello, Cactus. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. Hello, Red.
And what's up, nephew? What's poppin'?
Oh, we're glad to have you, Red. It just doesn't feel right without you. But we got a lot to talk with Paragon about. Paragon's a very busy man. And let's start with Emerge.
Shit, I'm glad he back in town. Thank you for making time for us. Yes, all over the world.
He's out there.
I told Steve, whenever y'all want me on the show, y'all can have me. I literally had to say, Steve, do y'all want me back? He goes, we have a spot for you. I'm like,
he said that, and I'm like, oh,
Steve
shit.
is not the best communicator.
Yeah, I have my moments. But see, I don't think anybody wants to be on this show. When someone wants to be here, it's like, why didn't I just ask already? So,
So just ask everyone all the time. Ask Billy Corgan.
Hey, I literally told him to just give me a monthly spot. I will just pop up and I will just roast people that y'all don't like in the rest of the podcast.
Why haven't you done this, Steven?
I think we're going to make Paragon just a part of the weekly show. I don't know if he'll have time every week.
That's what I'm saying. Just once a month. It'll be like Pissed Off P. And Paragon pops up on the podcast and tells you what you're pissed off about now. And I'm pissed off with J.R. Lindsay's elbows.
Cabbage Patch.
I'm pissed off with his acting.
Damn.
What?
His acne, that's what he said.
Oh, well.
Come on, You can't talk about the fact that his skin makes him look like a love child between a crocodile and a shark. He can't control that now.
Yeah, he can't.
Hormones.
They got soap for that. They got doctors
he can't
for
control
that.
He got big mama arms. Like he makes a mean green bean casserole and sweet potatoes and shit.
I wouldn't eat it.
Got nothing for that one.
I should not be laughing at my son, but
you can laugh all you want to. Say, hey, look, if you can't laugh at your kids, who can you laugh at?
That's 100% right.
True.
Fact.
First of all, you
should
be laughing at him because he's starting this shit with everybody.
I commented on the first one or two, and then I was like, okay. This is what we're doing.
What did you think when he told you all you women to tough out menstruation? I thought that was a little radical.
I let Brittany take that one.
That's when I got involved because I was like, look at here, as an ally and an advocate and somebody who has had them electrodes on me in my pelvic area. And I was like, y'all go through this? And that's a 3? That's a 3? What the hell you be dealing with? They deal with a 12. Oh, hell no. Get these off me. So the fact that, nah. He need both. Remember in the Boondocks when Stink Meaner took over Tom's body and he double drop kicked homie in his chest? That is what J.R. Lindsay needs. He needs both feet in the chest. I like you and I want you. We could do this the easy way or the hard way, but the choice is yours.
With golf shoes.
Oh God, with golf shoes. Love it. Love it. That's a hardcore thing. So talk to us about Emerge. You said you wanted to spend some time, and I've been looking into the Emerge. You've got a lot going there right now. You're kind of a big deal, as it were.
Kind of a big deal. I am the guy. I'm the leader of the tribe. I do everything for the tribe over there. And I'm gonna tell you, Emerge Wrestling is, in my opinion, no slight to anybody else, but Emerge Wrestling is the best wrestling in the Midwest.
That's a bold
And they have amazing talent. I mean, they have people that have traveled and wrestled in Japan and are going back. They have NWA stars, Impact stars, AEW stars, people who have literally wrestled the best and the baddest that you have to offer. And the thing is, when I told you, do no longer call me Father Drip Miss or Drip Flay or all the, when I told you I'm the world's most dangerous game, Emerge Wrestling has been one of the most pivotal places that I've proved that. Stepping in the ring and beating O'Shea Edwards, not just beating him, but throwing him. That's a big man.
It's a big man.
Stepping in the ring with TNA's Jason Hotch and tapping him out in the center of it. Stepping in the ring with the talents and the likes of Myron Reed, super hot fire, the young goat, Myron Reed, and spearing through his soul.
Those are accolades that don't happen to just anybody.
But it's not just me at Emerge Wrestling. Because, though he did just recently lose the Outbreak Championship to the extremely talented Matt Diesel, we have the likes of Lord Crew tearing it up and showing y'all what a heavy hitter badass from Southern Ohio is all about. We have a sensational and world-traveled Marty Bell holding down the women's division, and she can't be stopped. I don't know if she's going to be stopped. She's a bad woman. She's a bad woman. I'm just saying. We have amazing talent. We have up-and-coming talent, such as the likes of Dylan Cole. And also, I want to shout out the referees, okay? Do you understand how amazing you have as a company when you got to show love to the referees? So, Referee Dallas, I want you to know you're doing a hell of a job. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. You got a bowl cut. I want you to fix that. We're not going to talk about your bowl cut right now. We're going to talk about your talent. You're a very talented-ass referee.
Referees are the straw that stirs the drink, so to speak. Without a good referee, it's a little bit of chaos. We work with some good ones, so I love the shout out, despite the bowl cut.
Yeah, despite the bowl cut, get rid of the bowl cut. Great person.
Now,
But man,
at Emerge right now, there is someone challenging you for the throne. Talk about that.
Yes. So he is a veteran in the game. He's also
how dare he challenge you for the throne?
Oh, well, see, here's what you got to understand. He didn't challenge me. I challenged him.
Oh.
So here's the thing. I told everybody, I'm the world's most dangerous game. Bring me your beast, bring me your baddest, bring me your best. And if you don't come find me, I will come find you. And in a match that everybody couldn't wait to see, we had the incredible and extremely dangerous, they call him the baddest man on the planet, Planet Williams, Aaron Williams himself, was going toe-to-toe with viral sensation and veteran in the game, former OVW heavyweight champion, Jack Vaughn. And before the bell even started, I walked out with that championship laid across my shoulder, and I sat there on commentary the entire match, and I had announced to the entire world that the winner of this match will be facing me. I have decided, and it will happen. So Jack Vaughn, he didn't call me out, but he did understand the stakes that were at hand. And not only did he understand the stakes that were in hand, but him and Aaron Williams, they supposed to be boys. They rode to the show together. And yet Jack Vaughn was willing to feign an injury and pull on the heartstrings of his friend and make his friend think he was seriously hurt. Referees came out. They tried to help Jack to the back, and then he betrayed his own friend to secure an opportunity with me. And somebody even said to me, man, well, if he's willing to do that to his friend, what do you think he's willing to do to you? I welcome whatever he's willing to do to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be the world's most dangerous game. Otherwise, the most prized possession in the Midwest, in America, in the world of professional wrestling, that is the Emerge World Heavyweight Championship, because I have dedicated to defending this championship, not only in Emerge and not only in Indiana, not only in the Midwest, but I've defended this title outside of the country. So, of course, he is willing to do any and everything. I would expect it. I require it, because that's how precious this championship is.
A fighting champion is a very, very impressive and respectful thing. So I love everything you just said. And Emerge, you're seeing a lot of people say, a lot of people on social media are giving roses to Emerge. And like you said, it's one of the best in the Midwest, as you called it, the best in the Midwest. I mean, that's a bold statement, but you're backing it up. And especially if you're willing to travel that title, oh Lord. I don't think some of these Midwestern places are ready for Paragon.
Hey, and some of these Midwest places have got to see me firsthand. I mean, shoot, Indiana Pro Wrestling had me defend that Emerge Championship, and I showed exactly why a Ninja Turtle ain't nothing to the world's most dangerous game. I turned him into turtle soup.
You turned him into turtle soup, but you also got someone that now respects you and really, really thinks you're something special. I was talking with Turtle about you this morning. As you know, I talk to him sometimes, and he's like, man, what wrestling that man made me have to level up. So when you're making people have to level up and they realize that they're having to do it, that's a powerful statement for the kind of performer that you are.
But then it means I'm living up to my name.
100%.
The word paragon means the model of excellence and perfection. The origins of the word paragon was a tool, weapon, or device that was used to sharpen and make other weapons and tools more dangerous, but it could not make the paragon better. It only made you better. Iron wasn't sharpening iron in this situation because you cannot make the paragon better. And I'm going to be honest with you, to hear that, I feel honored because I feel like, and I believe, Red will agree with me here, there is very few compliments that hit like a wrestler saying you either made them better or you made them get deeper in their bag or you made them step up. And I will say this, I am very big at ripping out the hearts of people. Turtle showed me he had a heart, which made me want to rip it out.
Indeed.
I know, but it's out of respect,
Absolutely.
I go into matches ready to dog walk somebody. It's not a matter of disrespect. I just mean all due disrespect. I'm not getting paid by the hour, but when you show me you got heart, you give me reason to dig in my bag. I mean, hell, I faced O'Shea Edwards, and this man literally knocked my eye out of socket. I'm not kidding. I literally have to wear an eye patch every once in a while because of the damage I took with O'Shea Edwards. But I told him, you're going to have to kill me. I made him dig in his bag. I made him go deep in there. And I made him push things in himself he didn't think he could get. But the difference was when Turtle was pushed and I was pushed, I still proved I was the world's most dangerous game. But when the big bad kaiju was pushed and I was pushed, I proved I was still the world's most dangerous game. Now, he's still a big bad kaiju. He's still a bad boy. And at the end of the day, he may have been holding his ribs, but I was pushing my eye back in socket. So I ain't going to play like I didn't have wounds that I had to lick. But I still had that championship now, didn't I? I still got that crown now, didn't I?
The proof, as they say, is in the pudding. Right now, Turtle is at the top of his game, and he has wanted to be a respected wrestler for a long time. And a match with you, he felt like he was able to respect himself more after that match because like, let's be honest, he was a referee for a long time, and he felt like people didn't think he could do it. And at IPW, he has been put in situations against certain people where you don't expect him to rise to the challenge, and we certainly didn't expect him to rise to the challenge of the world's most dangerous game. And I think that's what made that match so beautiful, is because you brought out the best in him, and I think you made him believe he could do more than he actually thought he could do. And I think that's the greatest compliment that can be paid. You brought something out of him that I'm not sure he knew he had. He thought he had it, but you proved it. So that's what made that match so spectacular.
I feel like the best way to explain it is this. Many people, whether it be by their choice, by their mistake, or whatever may have you, play the world's most dangerous game. Not everybody's ready, and very little win. He showed himself that he was more ready to play the game than he realized. He wasn't ready to win, but he was ready to play. And I can respect that.
And that goes a long way. Is Shaq Jordan ready to play? Because in Marshfield, Wisconsin, now or never, it's turned in I keep saying it's the biggest show. It's the biggest show. I mean, we just had Night for Tyler. We've had some big shows this calendar year, but Now or Never has kind of changed. It's pivoted because obviously the two belts are being defended in a steel cage, and you would think those would be the match of the nights. I'm not so sure you need a steel cage to have Paragon and Shaq Jordan be the match of the night, possibly even match of the year. Is Shaq Jordan ready to play the game?
We will see. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. Honestly, Shaq is a generational talent. I mean, literally, his name is Shaq Jordan. Dominant greatness right there within itself. He's a bad boy. This match has been years in the making. I got so much love and respect for that young man. Somebody joked and said, when you and Shaq finally face each other, it's going to be Killmonger versus Black Panther 2.
I thought the same thing.
And we'll see if he's ready to play the game.
That was the whole heart of that first movie was Black. That reference is not lost on me right there. That is a really great way to put it, and that will find its way to commentary on Saturday up in Marshfield. The Generational Treasure has as many tricks in the bag as Paragon does. I have watched you both for a long time. I've called a lot of matches for a long time for both of you. You guys are similar in many ways, yet different in many ways, but you all come with various skill sets. And I don't know if I've ever seen anybody go into a match with you that might be on an even playing level. Now, I'm not saying that to disparage who you are. You're the world's most dangerous game. That is undisputed. But Shaq Jordan, he's gonna take you to task.
He is a generational treasure.
He is gonna take you to task in that ring. And I
wouldn't say he's gonna take me to task. What I'm gonna say is that Shaq Jordan is gonna have to play the world's most dangerous game, but the world's most dangerous game is gonna have to be perfect. And that's the key thing. Not often do I have to be perfect. Many times on my worst day, I'm greater than most on their best. But Shaq's different. Shaq, he has this aura about him that makes you either want to stand beside him or run through him. Why? Because you understand what he represents. You understand what he is. And either you want to be by his side or you want to be able to be on his neck. I look at Shaq and I see, what would Paragon have been if he traveled on a different path? I see, a different road taken. I look at Shaq and I see the best of myself. But what I also see is, as talented as Shaq is, and like I said, he is the best of me, he's not the worst of me. And sometimes that can be the difference between a generational treasure and the world's most dangerous game. I'm willing to go to places. I'm willing to do things. I'm willing to tap into something that maybe he either isn't willing to tap into, or maybe he left behind and doesn't want to go back to. But I don't care who you are in that ring. I don't care where I stand on what side of the audience, whether they love me or hate me. I'm always going for your throat. I'm always going to puncture the skull. I'm always trying to be the top of the food chain. And sometimes I like to play with my food. And that was my mistake, which is why I am not, the battle champion anymore. I play with my food and got bit back. But don't get it twisted. On my worst day, many can't touch me on their best. But this game will have to be played perfectly, or else I'll find myself on the menu.
Ooh, the perfect game this Saturday in Marshfield. Red, you know these two very well. What's your hot take? I mean, it's your family fighting. It's a family war, and that heavy is the head that is the patron of the family. What do you say about this matchup? Paragon has put it all. He spelled it out. What do you say, Unc?
Hey, I'm gonna be at a damn party. Fuck that. I want no part of this shit. So both of them are going to go in with the plan. And about 3 minutes in, that shit going out the window. And it's all hell breaking loose. You got to try to call that shit. Have fun.
Oh my God.
Because you won't. Most times you're going to be stuck there just going. So have fun with that. Me, I'm going to be part of it.
Fred, you know these are the matches I live for. These are the matches that I do.
I'm not saying you don't, but I don't want no part of it because they're going to do. This is the match. I guarantee you, you can text me Sunday. Yeah, before the bottomless Bears play.
Oh, for God's sake.
Hey, they last place, bro.
How are those Bucks feeling?
Hey, we feel fine.
Do you?
Browns are struggling.
We fine.
We don't have to get into Deshaun Watson now. That was unfair.
All I know is it's gonna suck to finally break 500 and still won't make the playoffs.
Wow, we're okay. We're not talking about the NFL here. We're talking about.
Yeah, we are because this is the matchup that everybody wants to see, right?
It's the Chiefs and the 49ers. Is that what you're saying? The matchup?
No, because we've seen that already. It's the Chiefs and the Lions.
Oh, okay. That's what you want to see. All right.
Shoot, y'all talking football. I'm thinking basketball. This is Jordan's Bulls versus Steph Curry's Warriors.
I'm not doing it.
This is Jordan's Bulls versus Steph Curry's Warriors. That's what this is.
I'm not doing it. He's
actually, I don't even know. This is Jordan's Bulls versus Kobe and Shaq's Lakers. You know, like
Nope. Paragon goads me into this.
No. See, because it doesn't have to be a GOAT debate. I'm literally, if you notice, not once did I take Jordan's Bulls out this conversation.
That's right.
And not once did I mention any LeBron team. I'm saying if you take teams where, hey, these are your two best players versus these two best players, and if I'm being honest, LeBron has never been on a team where it's a two best player situation that I want to compare it to, because I put it like this. LeBron's best team, it was three best players. And I'm talking about Bosh, I'm talking about Wade. I love Anthony Davis. But I'm not putting Anthony Davis up against Pippen.
Fair.
He would hurt a hip.
My point. I can rely on Wade. I can rely on Bosh. But the issue is that's one more player, unless talking about Rodman. And I honestly think when Rodman got put a part of the equation, they was getting scared. They was like, we ain't trying to mess with Shaq down there in Orlando. We got Rodman. That's what I'm saying. And so then you're like, okay, well, we're going to do LeBron and Kyrie. Okay, Kyrie, very great talent, but we lose size. And do you want to argue Kevin Love as a third? Then it becomes a whole nother dichotomy of issues. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is this is a matchup of a team that we say is the irresistible force versus another team that we say is the immovable object. This is a man who literally has been proving day in and day out at Frontline Pro why he is a generational talent, why he is dominant greatness, why he is Shaq motherfucking Jordan. And then you have someone who's not a man. You have someone who is not human. You have something that's beast-like, demon-like, somebody who's willing to do whatever they can to show you that they will sit at the top of the food chain by any means necessary, and they don't care if they love and respect you because anybody can get it. I showed it to Ewok. I've showed it to Eric Larkin. And this time it's Shaq's turn.
Anybody can get it. That is something that you have proven time and time again. Cactus, you have a lot of love for Shaq Jordan. Are you worried for him after hearing what you've heard?
Yes. I love Shaq, but I know who Paragon is.
Now that should go right there. That's it right there, Paragon. That she may have just summed it up perfectly. I love Shaq, but I know who Paragon is. That right there. That might be the name of this episode. Because that's the hard truth that I don't think Shaq wants to hear. But hey, any given match on any given card, could always be, it could go great, it could go badly. I don't know, man. I don't know if Shaq is like anybody you've ever fought before, but then again, I don't know if you're like anybody Shaq's fought before. So
Oh,
it's
I can tell you he's not.
wrapped up in a riddle.
He's not.
But
Paragon is not somebody. He might have faced close. See, here's the thing about my nephew. Like, you can study all the tape you want. You can watch all the old and new footage. And you can try to, okay, this is what he's about. And then again,
you got to
once
get rid of me.
you get 2 or 3 minutes in, all that shit is out the window.
And you know what? You know what I want to remind you, Unc? You know what I want to remind you? Because there are two gentlemen, very well respected, and Shaq has shared the ring with them, who went into a match with a game plan with me. Both lost. Both of them are talents that many people say they have never seen before. I respect these men, have love for these men. But Marche Rocket and Chris Logan experienced the world's most dangerous game firsthand.
Remember that Logan match? That was not easy to watch. It was not easy to watch. You've kind of put yourself in the air of one of the all-time greats, because this is true. And I think we have enough evidence of this to back it up. Every time someone's in the ring with you and they think they know the answer, you change the question. And I think that's something that's going to happen Saturday. Shaq is going to prepare. He thinks he's going to have you figured out. And that's when you're going to shift the balance and become something else. And I think that's what's going to make this match special.
Honestly, I think he's going to force it. I have so much respect for Shaq. I can admit Shaq is going to force the beast out of me. And then he's going to force the demon out of me. And then he's going to force something out of me that I want to keep buried. Something I don't want the world to see just yet. I don't want the world to see ever again.
I don't think Marshfield's ready for this. I don't think Marshfield's ready for this.
Oh, they're not ready. And if Shaq is who I know him to be, Marshfield is either in for a jewel or a massacre.
Okay, I got chills on that one. All right, so we know this match is happening. We know it's this Saturday, Marshfield, now or never, Frontline Pro. I have to ask you this question.
What's up?
I ask you this with all due respect. I ask you because I have to ask you. I ask you because no one else will ask you. And you don't even have to dignify it with an answer, but still it has to be put out in this world. You've been gone for a while. We haven't seen you in the front line. There has been a complete shift in the power tree at Frontline Pro Wrestling. Ben McCoy is now the creator, and he has done unspeakable, horrific things. And we know your ability to flip the switch. Are you coming in support of the Rapture, or are you coming in spite of the Rapture? I mean, no offense. Either way, it is what it is.
I don't take offense. I feel like you're in my business. But here's how I see it. Anywhere I step is my hunting grounds. And if the Rapture happens to be on the right foot, then maybe that's the direction I go. But if the Rapture makes the mistake of being on the left foot, well, anybody can get it. And I say this, as I said, I'm trying to get back to who I am, who I was, who I'm supposed to be. I do this for the tribe. So the tribe will let me know where I stand.
things are pretty divided right now at Frontline Pro. You have the Rapture and you have the rest of us. And I don't know if you've been watching, but I'm kind of the bell toller for the roster that hasn't subscribed to the creator and his ways. And I've shed blood and I've been in pain over that decision. I create my own chaos. You've told me that before and I own it. I just don't want to end up in the trunk again at the hands of the world's most dangerous game. But if you're part of the Rapture, then I guess it will be what it is.
Well, I will say this. I am the leader of the tribe. I don't get led.
That's fair.
But with that being said, the tribe will tell me where I stand. I can't say whether or not you're going to end up in the trunk, but what I can say is that it's not in my hands. When you are the leader of the tribe, you listen to your people. Your people tell you where you should go. Now, yes, you have to make the hard decisions, but a real leader hears their people, listens to their people. They don't create narratives to serve themselves. And so the people will tell me where I'm supposed to go. My tribe will tell me where I should stand. That's all I can say for right now.
That is very comforting in a way, because that stance is anti-creator. That goes against every fundamental principle he's been pushing down the throats of the roster now for the last 5 months. So it's encouraging. I won't hold you to it, but I certainly would prefer staying in your good graces as opposed to becoming food again.
Well, I would say most of the roster might want to stay in my good graces. Hey, because the Paragon that's coming, if y'all thought the guy that played with his food is bad, get ready for the guy that's just ready to eat.
Emerge, Frontline Pro. Where else can the people see Paragon? You're everywhere, man.
Oh, I'm everywhere. But honestly, I'm not just in professional wrestling. Actually, just this past weekend, I had a show in Toledo doing stand-up comedy. Yeah, your boys got into stand-up comedy, and apparently I'm pretty damn good at it.
Man, Red, you got to call Jay Washington. We got to get Paragon out to Cali. Call Trauma.
Where you been? Have you not seen the man stand-up work?
I have not. I'm gonna go find it. I've never.
Oh,
I didn't know you did. I did not know you did stand up, brother.
He's messing up. He's messing up. I've been doing it since July, and I've been tearing it up, baby. But you know what? It's cool. It's cool. I forgive you. But
hey,
yeah,
Prince's bliss.
Also, I'll be at Third Coast Wrestling coming up here soon. I mean, I'm gonna be making my rounds closer to you guys because Unc keeps saying he wants me to come around, Mo. So I'm gonna come around, Mo. But yeah, you never know where Paragon may pop up. You never know where I'm gonna pop up. You never know if I might pop up in Ohio, if I might pop up in Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Maybe I go back down to the Ohio Valley area and show some face. And also, I go to some places because my brother is there, and I got to make sure that he doesn't piss me off or besmirch the family name. So yes, Mr. Kilmore, Todd Kilmore, that's my little brother, but God, he's embarrassing. He's embarrassing. But
it's hard for the hunter, isn't it? It's a hard work for the hunter.
I'm over here trying to be the leader of the tribe, and he's trying to be a leader of the Teletubbies. Like, what the hell am I dealing with right now?
That is some fun stuff. You were talking before we went on the air tonight about your podcast, the things that you're doing right now. Talk to us a little bit about that. Tell us where we can hear it, because obviously people are going to watch this show and they're going to say, man, I just want to hear Paragon read the phone book. Well, you don't have to listen to him read the phone book. You can listen to his podcast. Tell us how to find it.
Yeah, so the In Your House Network has created a new show with myself and my co-host Kevin Calloway, and we have a podcast called Dear Pro Wrestling. It is a podcast for wrestlers by wrestlers, as well as people in the wrestling business, where we put you on game like only the world's most dangerous game can. We talk about financial literacy in professional wrestling and what is and isn't a tax write-off. We talk about understanding your place on a match card. We talk about locker room etiquette. We talk about pretty much how to reach out to promoters. We even put promoters on game, and we tell them what wrestlers have said are things that made them want to come back, as well as recommend a wrestling promotion, because we are a podcast for wrestlers by wrestlers, and it's all meant to try to make the wrestling business better. This is not a matter of us trying to put ourselves over, to put over a few. This is not us trying to put over the Raw that happened last week or talk about our glory days. No, we are literally trying to push the narrative that in order to make professional wrestling better, we have to be better and we have to educate those in the business. And so if you are a professional wrestler listening to this and you want more of yourself, if you want better of yourself, if you want better of this business, tap in to Dear Pro Wrestling with myself. You can get us on both Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. You can hear us.
Gonna check that out as soon as possible. That sounds very good. These are all things that you're right. Most wrestling podcasts don't really delve into that kind of stuff, and I think maybe there is a need for it. Red has talked about this many times. Red, while we're here, I mean, it's been a while. I think your nephew deserves a few roses. We can't keep him too long tonight. The man's got too much preparation to do. He's got things. Look at his new set. He's styling, he's profiling, whatever you want to say, he's doing it.
First of all, I already know. I have not. He's my nephew. I know what he's doing in his life. And that's why I'm disappointed in you, Steve. You didn't know about the comedy.
I apologize. I'm old and forgetful.
But I want to just tell him, first of all, he knows I got mad love for him. You know that. As far as your little brother goes, we'll have to. You just call me on that because
we're gonna have to talk about it.
We understand.
Well, he told me you bought him the Coogee sweater. He been walking around the house looking like Biggie Smalls Cosby.
I didn't think he was gonna like. Anyway, it's about you.
Okay.
But first of all, I'm glad you had a beautiful break from reality. I saw the smile back on your face and the sparkle in your eye. You had a great time, I saw. And when I could see people that I know and I love recharge their battery, per se, makes me feel good. I'm mad proud of you for the comedy thing. Because at one point I was told that's what I needed to do. And then I did improv and realized real quick, comedy was not my shtick.
Come on, Red, you're funny.
Again, you try to go do improv and find out if you got the chops for it. And I realized I didn't. So I'll just stay on this side and crack my lame jokes to myself. But to get on stage, and me and Jay had this talk plenty of times. Wrestling and comedy parallel each other in so many ways. And again, you can, get booked for a comedy show and it's 5 people in the crowd, but yet your job is to still make those 5 people laugh and have the people.
I'm sorry about this, Red.
The Cabbage Patch Doll is here.
Oh no, I didn't. Oh boy. I thought it was Rion entering.
I knew he was coming.
I thought Rion was coming on, and now
What's up, Whoopi?
Oh no,
Russell, tread carefully.
What's up, Whoopi? You and me, us never part, monkey da da. Me and you, us have one heart, monkey da da. Ain't no ocean, ain't no sea, monkey da da. Keep my sister away from me, monkey. You told Harpo to beat me, head ass.
Hello, Paragon. Oh wait, I mean Paragon the peasant.
You know
okay?
what? I'm not dealing with Lindsay right now. You talk so much junk on social media. And you know what the worst part about it is,
what
Russell?
you gonna do, Paragon? You gonna tell me a joke?
You know what the worst part about it is, JR?
Tell me a joke, Paragon.
I see so much of me in you, but it's all the wrong parts of me.
Right. Okay.
Your arrogance, your hubris, your need to feel like you mean something when you already do. Who are you trying to prove it to, baby? And you know what the worst part about it is, JR? You know what the worst part about it? You call yourself a king with a crown that was given to you by your woman. Well, a crown given to you by your woman. You could be a king if you earn it, but right now you're the king.
Okay, first off, look, let me address this, Paragon. Let me address this. The last person that mentioned Brittany's name, it didn't go well for him. So I suggest you watch your mouth.
You are the king of nothing because your Burger King crown was bought by your woman.
The king is talking, boy. The king is talking.
Honestly, what are you the king of?
Second of all,
where's your kingdom?
Where's
your crown?
Let me tell you
because my crown is right here. My crown is right here. This is my crown, and with this being my crown, I actually had a conversation with somebody. And
let me tell you this, Paragon. Let me tell you this, Paragon.
Will you be at Illinois Pro on Sunday?
Let me tell you this, Paragon. You showed me your music at the last time I saw you at the last IPW show, right? Let me tell you something. J.R. Lindsay isn't shook by anybody. Do you know who you dealing with?
He's bringing up old conversations. I'm talking about Illinois
Pro.
Will you be at Illinois Pro on Sunday?
Let me tell you something, Paragon.
If we're talking about,
look, let me tell you something. If we're talking about music, I will watch all of you motherfuckers in this wrestling business. Do you understand? That's what I'm the king of.
You talking about yesterday's news, and I'm talking about today's topic.
Let me tell you
Will you be at Illinois Pro on Sunday?
Let me tell you something, Paragon.
You've been telling me a lot of nothing.
I am the king of music and wrestling. When
you are the king of burgers and king.
It ain't nobody doing it better than me. Do you understand? What I'm doing right now.
Will you be at Illinois Pro Wrestling on Sunday? Will you be?
Paragon. Paragon. Let me tell you something. What I'm doing right now is bigger than me. I'm bridging music and wrestling in a way nobody before me has except John Cena. Do you understand? I'm starting the revolution. That's what makes me the king. Whoever said that, be quiet. Now,
excuse me?
You talking to your mama like that?
You're gonna talk to me like that,
Russell? Who said that?
Your mother.
You fucked up, AA Ron. You done fucked up, AA Ron.
I'll see you Sunday.
Oh shit.
I'll be there.
You done fucked up, AA Ron.
Let me finish addressing Paragon.
Don't ignore your mama. Don't ignore your mama.
Look, Paragon, look.
He ignoring you. You like
to bring up women, huh? You like to bring up women, boy. You're a freaky little man, ain't you? Let me tell you something. You know that ain't shit dick?
You're very concerned about women's periods to be yelling at Paragon.
Okay, first off, the king makes declarations, and if you do not like them, you can take that up with the council.
Look, I'm going to ask you one last time. Will you be at Illinois Pro Wrestling on Sunday?
Yes, I will, Paragon.
Okay, so then I'm challenging you.
Wait.
Championship.
In case you're living under
the Emerge Heavyweight Championship.
What about it?
Talk about you want a crown because you're a false king with fool's gold. This is the real thing. So if you want to prove who you are, show up on Sunday, get that ass whooped, and understand why anybody can get it. Do you accept my challenge?
Challenge accepted, Paragon.
Okay, finally. Damn.
Paragon. Paragon, this is what you don't understand.
To answer my damn
Paragon, this is what you don't understand. You like to compare yourself to me. I don't like to compare myself to you. That's the difference. You see yourself in me, but I don't see myself in you. I see bigger.
That's because you haven't reached my heights, baby.
That's what makes the difference,
you
Paragon.
Can't see yourself in me when you're still at my ankles.
Let me explain the difference, Paragon, between me and you.
I'm about to say, if you're at the bottom of the mountain, you can't see the mountaintop. So of course you don't recognize me because you're not recognizable. Game recognize game, and I don't know you right now.
Look, in order to obtain the confidence that you have right now, if it's real, came from you calling yourself a demigod and going on a journey to find yourself and coming across all these stupid revelations that somehow convinced you're a good comedian. And so now you have the confidence that you should
I
have.
made more money doing stand-up comedy one day this past weekend than you made in wrestling and music this whole year. Learn your place and learn that there are levels to this.
How much did you make?
Why are you watching my pockets now?
Oh, let's talk numbers. I'll talk numbers. Let's talk numbers. I'll talk numbers all day. Let's talk numbers.
You know what? Let's talk numbers. How many championships have you held outside of Illinois?
Music, Paragon. If you want to bring up music,
how many championships have you held outside of Illinois?
What?
How many championships have you held outside of Illinois? How many championships have you held outside of the Midwest? How many championships have you held on different coasts? How many actual names? I don't mean somebody who was a name in your state. I mean actual names who have had contracts, who have actually beaten somebody, who've actually been somewhere, who've actually traveled. How many of them have you beaten? What have you accomplished to call yourself a king?
Paragon.
What have you done to call yourself a king?
Look, this is why I can call myself the king, Paragon. If we talk about music, this is what you need to know.
Back on music again. We talk about wrestling. He want to go back to music.
No, you're one-dimensional. We're talking numbers. So let me tell you what the numbers really are. Just one of my songs alone has over 300,000 streams. That's more than any amount of views you've ever gotten on a match, a song, if you even put your music out. All of that combined together doesn't even topple my one song. So you're under my foot, boy. You're looking at
hold on. So he's talking about 300,000 streams, right? But here's the part that he's not talking about. 300,000 streams equals like $7 in actual music.
The king is not finished.
So he's bragging about $7.
You like to bring up women.
That's why he likes to rock. $7 studio right there. There we go.
You like to bring up women so much. Let me bring this up. I saw one of your little stand-up routines. You were talking about how you give out ain't shit dick. Well, apparently, if you've been giving it out for as long as you say you have, and I don't see a woman by your side yet, obviously that ain't shit dick. Really ain't shit.
All right, so first and foremost, you're talking about because you like to publicize your relationship. I'm not going to tell you what I got going on in my bedroom because I'm actually a gentleman. I don't talk about stuff I don't need to talk about. So you're not really proving anything except for that you like to kidnap your own girl's dog.
Paragon,
got you there. Got you there.
Well, you're living in the past, Paragon.
You keep bringing up music when we talking about wrestling. What are you talking about?
You on your recent post,
today, Junior. Literally today, Junior.
I gave you that. I stumbled. That was my mistake. At the last show, you showed me your songs, and to your credit,
now you're talking about 3-4 months ago. Right now. What have you done for me lately?
Wait, hold on, shut up. You might want to.
What have you done for me lately, Janet?
You might want to hear this.
Okay.
To your credit, this is where I am a king and not a liar. You showed me your music. I gave you your credits and I gave you your flowers. You are very good at music, young man. However, I would never be shook a day in my life by another soul in this music world or this wrestling world. Do you understand, Paragon? That's what makes
we talking
so
about
special.
Wrestling. I feel like Allen Iverson. We talking about practice.
We're coming back to wrestling.
We talking about practice.
We're coming back to wrestling. Let me tell you, this is what makes me special and different from everybody else, Paragon.
Is it because you're like a smaller version of Mark Henry?
Silence. Silencio Payaso, Paragon. They say a fool is born.
Say something else in Spanish.
Now look, a fool is born, Cayete. A fool is born.
He learned all those from the Wayans brothers, mind you.
Look, a fool is born from someone who can take heed of danger and still face it, not knowing the consequences. But that's also how a brave soul is formed. Do you understand, Paragon? I don't become the king that I say I am from taking word from people and being like, oh, you shouldn't fuck with Paragon. You shouldn't challenge him. You shouldn't want to fight him. You don't want that smoke. I call myself the king because I hear that shit and it goes from one ear and out the other. Okay.
But there's no brain in the middle to stop it.
Hold on, but you know what? If you called yourself the brave heart, I would have no problem because you're showing me you got heart and you're brave. You call yourself the king, but you have no accomplishments to accompany that, to back it up. You talk about music when I talk about wrestling. You bring up comedy when I bring up wrestling. I try to literally say, hey, you say you want the smoke and you're willing to fight anybody. I'm the world's most dangerous game. Anybody can get it. Fight me for my title on Sunday. And you keep talking about music.
This is my question. What makes you so dangerous?
Look at my accolades. Look at my track record. Look at what I've done to people. Look at who I've beaten.
Is it the necklace you wear around your neck? Like, what makes you dangerous? Does your gear have spikes on it? What's so dangerous?
He just told you.
Literally, see,
he
so obviously you're the king of not listening either.
Russ, shut up. Listen to me. Paragon just held up his title, his prestigious title, and challenged you at IPW on Sunday. And you have said nothing that is meaningful about that challenge.
I'm about to give Turtle a rematch.
What the fuck?
Off, no, look, let me just say this.
No. You are going to shut your mouth and you're going to answer the question. Do you accept the challenge of the world's most dangerous game?
We would not speak Turtle's name in this call.
Turtle.
Go Ninja, go.
JR, shut up.
You saw what I said on Facebook.
Do you accept the challenge? Do you accept Paragon's challenge? Yes or no? You scared little bitch. Accept it.
That belt is going to be mine, Paragon. Do you understand?
Finally.
Accept the challenge.
I'm going to bring the belt and I'm going to bring some cocoa butter.
Some cocoa? What, you going to rub it on your ashy forehead?
You can't tell nobody they ashy, fam. Your elbow's so ashy. Every time you clap, LeBron chalk dust come out of them.
Oh, God.
just in God we ash. Like, goddamn. Like, you so ashy, you walk and then just ash dust just be flying off you like pig pen from goddamn peanuts.
Paragon, I'm glad.
You try not to laugh right now. Look at your ass over here. Roll Charlie Brown.
I'm glad that I can contribute to your next stand-up routine, but this isn't about
you don't contribute to my next stand-up when I talk about like, hey, so this dude challenged me and then I whooped his ass. Now back to some actual story and meaningful events. JR, I'm gonna take my time with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my time with you. You want to make the jokes of trying to claim that I'm Diddy and there's freaky parties and whatever like that. All these really flat jokes. Flat jokes.
You're a nasty boy.
They're very elementary. I'm about to bring you to college. I'm about to bring you to grad school. I'm about to give you a doctorate and ass whooping. All the other stuff, that's cute.
You gonna give it to me like that, Paragon? You gonna give it to me like that? Hashtag no Paragon.
Pause. Don't say it like that. Pause.
It's no Paragon. No Paragon.
Pause. Why you saying like that's pause? Come on, fam. Like there's children that listen to this.
I said no Paragon.
Man, that's really elementary. I need you to do better. I would really love for your trash talk to be elevated because I know you have it in you, but you're not showing me that. What you're showing me is you are a character. Have character. Don't be a character. Have character. I know that you're talented in that ring. I know that you give people the beat 'em ups. I love that about you. Hell, it's one of the reasons why I said I wouldn't mind tagging with you. And then you started doing whatever this bullshit was. And I'm like, you know what? You got to find yourself. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you like I told you on social media, because maybe they hear it from me. You don't need to put your hand on a hot stove to know it's hot. You don't need to be in the ring with the world's most dangerous game to put yourself in danger, because trust and believe, skydiving is safer. But that's not what you want. And that's fine. Because honestly, having this championship, other people wait for challenges to come to them. And normally, I step in the ring with the most dangerous and the biggest and the baddest, not the biggest mouths and the baddest hairlines and just people who just piss me the fuck off. And so
we're coming for hairlines.
We coming for hairlines. We coming for the Cabbage Patch cheeks. We coming for the Whoopi Goldberg dreadlocks. We coming for the fact that you were a football player and now you're a king. We coming for the fact that you just straight up stealing MVP and Mark Henry's look all at the same time. We're gonna talk about the ashy kneecaps, and every time you sit down, it goes. And we're gonna talk about everything.
I like this. This is my type of feud right here. If you want to talk about stealing, Paragon, why don't you give Black Panther his gimmick back?
Hold on, you feud. In order for this to be a feud, I gotta actually consider you like, someone worth feuding with. You are not my rival. You are not my enemy.
Paragon.
You are a lesson. You are the meerkat who thinks they're the mongoose and they're trying to step up to the damn jaguar. And I love it because after I do what I do to you, then the rest of that cesspool of Illinois pro wrestling that does not see red in our family is going to be like, damn, we should have learned after what he did to Chris Logan. Damn, we should have learned after what he did to Marche Rocket. Damn, we should have learned after what he did to Ewok. Damn, we should have learned after what he's going to do to Shaq Jordan. And damn, we should have learned after he literally threw Steve in a trunk and then threw him on his wife's rose bushes the next, actually, no, it was about 2 weeks later, and had to find him, and he was shook it. You want to play the world's most dangerous game, and that's fine. I just hope you are ready, because there is no restarts. There is no resets. You get to one life, and then you get set to the back of the line like everybody else that tried me.
Paragon, show me where the button is so I can press it. I press buttons every time somebody tells me. I poke the bears, Paragon, and I find it pretty. I find it pretty interesting. You call me a bobcat. You don't even realize you're the.
I didn't call you a bobcat. I called you a meerkat. You are Timon from Lion King.
Yeah, guess what? You're the saber-toothed tiger that doesn't realize he's past his prime. His day is gone. Okay.
I clearly said I was a jaguar, but you know.
But
I appreciate you comparing me to a saber-toothed tiger. I really much appreciate that. I know you want to do the whole like, oh, great white shark megalodon. Here's the thing. I'm going to give you your flowers. When it comes to your in-ring ability, you are straight up a tiger when you want to be. The issue is you allow meerkat mentality to screw you over. You're not a meerkat. You're not. You are a big cat amongst a bunch of prey, amongst gazelles, amongst sheep, but you don't act like it. You're too busy trying to tell people that you're a badass instead of showing people that you're a badass. I'm not the world's most dangerous game because I call myself it. The tribe calls me that. I'm not the world's most dangerous game because I think it's a cute nickname. It's because I stood in the ring with people who knocked my eye out the socket and made them tap out. I want you to be the king you claim to be, but stop talking it and start showing it. Because the issue is, I believe in you more than you believe in you. The issue is, you're pretending to believe in you, just like I used to.
That's what we're
the demigod, and I hate it. I hate that in you. And I'm going to beat the demigod out of you. I'm going to beat the king out of you. And when I'm done with you, I will recreate you in my image to find the real damn you. Because this ain't it. Or maybe it is. And if it is, well, you had a good run.
Paragon, that's where we're different. And that's what we're going to always be different. I tell myself I'm the king because I believe it, okay? I tell everybody else I'm the king and I'm great because I believe it. I don't tell myself this because I need to hear it. I tell myself this because I need you to know it.
Did you prove
Paragon, that's what makes us different. And that's why we'll never be the same, okay?
Did you prove it?
I've proven in my whole career, Paragon.
How did you prove you were the king?
Everything
the
I'm doing right now. Look,
show me the
Paragon,
receipts.
This is why I call myself the king. Everything I'm doing right now, I'm putting down building blocks to build a legacy. I'm real life building a career spanning mansion. You understand?
Look, you have really small hands when you keep doing that. Don't do that with your hands no more. Your hands look small. You look like you have really small hands and you're trying to prove a point because you went from the bottom with a small loan to prove that you were the king. Okay. You're like, come on, fam. Your hands look small.
Paragon, what I'm doing right now is building an empire. Do you understand? Every single thing I'm doing right now is contributing to that empire.
I hear you, man. You're building your empire, man.
Yeah, I hope you do. I hope
you and Hakeem and Jamal, y'all building your empire, man.
I hope you do hear me. You're going to feel me too. Because what you don't know is you're dealing with
Why you want me to feel you? Pause, man. Come on now.
You're dealing with a person that actually spares people for a living.
I'm about to say no Lindsay. I'm about to start saying no Lindsay because he keeps saying stuff, man. Pause, man. Can you say pause at least like once? Damn.
I'll say pause when you hear the decent spear. You know that's that shit you do when you be like, ugh, and you throw yourself to the side and then fall off and then
that's funny. You say I hit a decent spear, yet my undecent spear wins me championships, and yours, when's the last time it won a match against someone who mattered in a match that mattered in front of an audience that was there? Oh, that was practice. Okay, cool.
Paragon, I've won a championship with that spear. I've speared someone off a ladder with that spear. Okay. I don't know if your spear, I don't know what your spear has done. Okay. Because I don't pay attention to you. But I don't
Then
think.
how do you know I do a spear? See, why are you lying again? Stop. Come on. You don't got to lie. I gave you your flowers and now you out here lying again. You know what? You don't have to give me my flowers because pretty much the flowers you give me probably just going to be Venus flytraps. That's cool. You could talk about my spear. Cool. You could talk about my razor's edge. Cool. You could talk about my ankle lock. You could talk about my uranage. You could talk about all the stuff I do. The thing is, you're not going to be able to talk once 1, 2, 3 happens. You're not going to be able to talk when you're screaming in pain from a submission. You're not going to be able to talk when you have to go in the back, look your woman in the eye, and say, I talked all that shit and I lost again, but I'm your king, right? I matter to you, right? Because at this point, we know it ain't the looks. We know it's not the success. So your personality must be really what's holding on her tight with dear life. Your personality is holding on to her like Dwayne Johnson's hairline before he finally shaved it. Like you holding on for dear life. You got that blue Tista ball spot going on right here, holding on for dear life.
What's holding on to that imaginary girl by your side, Paragon? I don't see where you speak.
My fiance is in med school.
So what are you trying to go at? My
fiance is in med school. My fiance is in med school. So what are you trying to say? Like, I'm glad that your fiance is a wrestler, but mine's in med school. And so why would I put her in the public eye? What does that do for her or me, except for make creeps on the internet reach out to her? And I'm pretty sure Brittany knows that pretty well. I'm sure you know that pretty well. So, shoot, see, Red knows it, Steve knows it. So why would I curse her with the public eye? So you could try again. And then you say my tribe. I mean, you can look on my social media if you listen to those at the show. Hell, look at the love on Dear Pro Wrestling, my podcast that you can check out right now. It's literally made it on the podcast streaming week after week after week since it came out. One of the number one podcasts on our actually the number one podcast on the In Your House channel. So like you can keep on throwing these jabs. I have Carfax. I have receipts. I can prove all this. But I don't have to prove anything. You're the one that has to prove you're a king. You're the one who has to prove that you're good enough to win my title, not that I'm good enough to defend it. And that's cool.
Look, we've done the banter. We've done
Russell. You have to learn a couple of lessons here. Sometimes less is more, and he who speaks first loses. All you had to do is accept the challenge. That's all that we needed. Son.
No, well, hold on, Steve. Yes, he did need to accept the challenge, but no, I wanted to hear what he had to say. Paragon, look. I kept challenging him to ask him to show me his promo skills. He didn't really show me them tonight, but that's okay.
That's okay.
He did take some nice jabs. They were very cute, very elementary. They probably would have worked on leg drop music, but the thing is, you're playing with heavyweights now. This ain't the welterweights that you get to, play around with and have rap battle wrestling matches. You're facing somebody who's world traveled. You're facing somebody who's coming for heads. You're facing somebody who don't care about that cute little rap music beef that you got going on, who don't care about you kidnapping your girlfriend's dog, who don't care about the big ass chain you had around your neck, who don't care about the football and the Russell Shuffle. Now you're the king. I don't give a damn about none of that. Because when you get in that ring with me, that's what I care about. I care about who you are when that bell rings. Don't tell me you're a king. When that bell rings, show me you a king. All that jibber jabber, you prove to me that that's not your lane when it comes to me. It may work with somebody else, not your lane when it comes to me. You probably feel like I've been cutting you off so you didn't get your stuff in. Well, I knew you were coming. This wasn't a surprise. I knew this was happening. And I need to give you a lesson. And hey, do you want this opportunity? Because guess what? You are doing all this barking and bravado because you're trying to get attention, whether you want to admit it or not. You are. You're trying to get attention because if you bark in bravado, that opens the doors to other places. That gets attention to companies you're not currently working for. But you know what gets attention more than that? Facing a company's champion that travels. So I want to see what happens.
If I want attention, if I want attention, coming at Paragon isn't something that I'm gonna do that I feel like is gonna garner me attention. What I'm gonna do is go and release a fucking great ass album that people are gonna be streaming all the way from Asia. I'm gonna do shit like that if I want attention. Okay. I don't need to cry for attention. I definitely don't need to look for it, especially from somebody like you.
All right, so we're gonna give Turtle the title shot.
Yeah, I don't understand what the fuck you're doing here, brother. You got a shot at the Emerge Heavyweight Championship. You have
don't want it.
been
That's
gifted
fine.
an opportunity and you're talking about music. The fuck is wrong with you, Russ?
No, I say all that to say this. Okay. As fun as it is to do the banter and the back and forth, this is where that honesty that I talk about comes into play. Paragon, I would be lying if I said you're not somebody that I look up to when it comes to wrestling. I would also be lying if I told you that I think you're not good in the ring. As a matter of fact, I want to say about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, you were actually somebody on my dream match list. Okay. So as fun as it is to play like I don't know who you are or play like you're a fucking pushover in the ring, I know you're not. I know that I've looked up to you in the world of wrestling, but this is where we have a problem. When I look at you, I see everybody else before me that doubted me. So that whole, oh, I didn't think you would make it past 2 weeks of training. I didn't think you could be a pro wrestler. I didn't think you would last this long. I see all of that when I look at you. And that's because you tell me things like, wait for your time to come. It's not your time now. You think you're ready. And when you put that in your head, Paragon, you'll never be ready. You understand? The king isn't born from people telling him to wait for his time to come. The king comes from somebody that goes and chases opportunity and chases destiny. I'm not waiting for my time. I'm taking my time now and letting you know that it's my time. And that's what makes me great. Everybody else behind me can wait for the opportunity to come. I'm going to get my ass up and go chase it.
Okay, can I, before you say something, Steve, can I address you, JR?
You may.
That shit you said right there. Now that's the world's most dangerous game. You bring that shit on Sunday, and I'll give you my best. All that stuff you said right there, that's what I've been waiting for with all that social media bull jive you've been doing. You bring that guy, you get my best. But you bring that bullshit you came on the call with, and I'm going to treat you like I treat every single motherfucker I don't like. I'm going to just run through you. I'm going to embarrass you in front of your people, and I'm going to walk off. But you bring that guy, and I'm going to give you the gift that O'Shea Edwards gifted me, an ass whooping. Plain and simple. You said you see me as the guy that told you you wouldn't last 2 weeks. Right? Because I say, wait your turn, wait your time, you're not ready. And I see that same guy who was told, why professional wrestling when you can do music? Why professional wrestling when you got hired by Disney Channel? Why professional wrestling when you are an amazing writer? Why professional wrestling? Get a regular job then. You don't have to do this wrestling thing. And then I kept turning my doubters into believers. The issue was I wasn't having fun no more. I stopped trying to prove my supporters right and started trying to prove my doubters wrong. And that's what you're doing. You don't got to bump your head to learn that shit hurts. But if you bring this guy, I can work with him. But the ass whoop gonna be the same. Bring this guy. Bring him on Sunday. That's the guy I said I want to wrestle. Bring that guy. Bring the guy who's hungry. Bring the guy that is willing to admit he has something to prove. Because that guy deserves a championship opportunity. That guy is why I issued the challenge, because I'm wondering if that guy's going to show up on Sunday. Don't let me down.
Challenge accepted, Paragon. The only thing is there will not be a beatdown coming to me. There will be a baptism coming to you.
We ain't talking about what's going to happen after the match with the women's is. We're not talking about that. Why are you bringing up the baptism, a little nasty? Don't tell them what I'm going to be doing in my spare time. Why are you so nasty?
Russ, that's good. You said enough, but I will give you this advice. When I post this later on tonight, I want you to run this back. And you don't have to watch all of it. I want you to watch from when you came on to right now. And I want you to pay very close attention to everything that was said to you, because you have been given an opportunity that many people would die to get. A shot to become the Emerge Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. The Paragon has gifted you an opportunity. A win over Paragon and taking that belt off his hands makes you a king. You have an opportunity, son. You can't talk shit. You got to back it up. Watch this back. Learn. IPW on Sunday, Richton Park. You have a shot to get everything you've ever wanted if you choose to step up and take it. The question is, can you really rise to your crown, King? We're going to have to answer that. Don't say another word. Just log off. You're done, but I want you to think about it.
He not.
Gotta press the button.
Right.
Gotta press the. There we go. There it is. He figured it out.
All right.
But I'm gonna tell you this, Paragon. I'm gonna tell you this. And Paragon.
Will you accept the match? Will you accept the match?
I can't believe throughout all of that, you challenged him. That's the most incredible announcement we've ever had on this show.
Damn battery in his car ain't even gonna start. I guarantee you he didn't cut the damn recording off. He trying to start the car, and he gonna call Steve in about 10 minutes. Steve,
that damn player got killed by car battery. I can't make the show.
Would you tell me what's wrong with my car?
You know what? I'll give him credit.
I won't.
In this way. He is full of hubris and he is full of confidence. Maybe justified, maybe not. But I just can't believe that we didn't get him to realize until the very end that he has been given a chance to compete for the.
That took like 45 minutes.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, Paragon led with that shit. When he made that announcement, I'm like, it's happened at Paragon. I was excited. I wanted to make t-shirts. I'm thinking about how can we market Emerge challenging on this show for IP. I'm like, where the fuck is
especially because like Red literally said, somebody gonna whoop his ass. I'd be there front row to get the match. And I'm like, well, guess what? I'll put the goddamn title on the line. This motherfucker. And you know something else, Paragon? I'm gonna tell you this here. I'm like, tell me you're gonna take the damn match down.
Cactus, your son. Do you think he got the
match? I want to know. I'm right. Like, do you still claim him?
It's iffy. It's iffy.
Talked back to you.
Hold on. No, the fact that he said he knows who's on this podcast. He knows every week it is me, Steve, and Cactus. He knows that. And to say, well, whoever said that,
shut up.
Steve didn't talk. You know I didn't talk.
He know he ain't talking to me.
Yeah, disowning is on the horizon. I can see that now.
Give him some lotion before you disown, because his knuckles is ashy.
I'll give him some of my Restylane lotion.
I mean, he was like a dog humping a leg, and we just had to let him finish. I mean, but
here's the issue. He was a dog humping a leg when there was another dog in heat right there waiting for him. Like, bro, I'm right here. Do you not know where it's at? I'm like, you literally are trying to say that you want to be king. You're trying to prove that you are king. I'm trying to give you an opportunity for a crown.
Russell, a very important lesson to take from this.
Why I told him
confidence is quiet, insecurities are loud.
But you know what though? But he said some real stuff, and he needs to get that off his chest. And that's what it comes down to. The reason why he is loud is because of all the people who told him no. But here's the issue with that. And this is why I keep saying I see myself in him. Because he's literally trying to prove his doubters wrong instead of his supporters right. Everything. He got his mom on the car right now. Damn.
I mean,
she's about to disown him, but that's
on his ass. Yeah. So.
But that's what I'm getting at though. He's literally making mistakes I made, which is why I try to talk to him. When I was telling him he's not ready, I mean, shoot, most people aren't ready for a match with me. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. But what I'm saying is the way you are approaching me is what's showing me you're not ready.
You were very kind to, in the midst of that barrage of nonsense, to find good in him, to find positives, to build him up. And that's the part I hope he pays attention to the most, because of all the nonsense, of all the shit that he's talked, after waiting 30 minutes for an acceptance of your challenge and all the stuff he spewed, you still were able to say things like, I want this. I respect this. I want that guy in this ring. You gave him, I don't know if it's hope, but you gave him acceptance in a way. And I hope he channels that. And I hope he brings that to Richmond Park on Sunday, because if he comes in there with
I'm whooping his ass.
Crown, it's going to be
whooping. I'm gonna beat him worse than a broke dick dog. He gonna get that ass whooped. But the difference is, it's just gonna be a matter of I don't have to hold back now. That's how I look at it. I don't have to hold back now. I got into a match with O'Shea Edwards, and during our match, I got pissed off with him because I said, "You better fight me like you would fight Calvin Tankman and Isaiah Broner. You better fight me like you would fight Cruel and like you would fight Marche Rocket." And he told me, "Well, you're not them." And so I took it to him. And I started throwing him around, and he went, "Shit, all right, well, this is what you want. We'll see what happens." And it hurt. But the thing is, I got my damn respect. I got my damn respect. I got my pound of flesh. He wants what I have. It's not the championship. It's not the career. He wants the earned ego. Because right now, he has an ego. We all do. We have the ego, the super ego, and the id. I know the whole breakdown of the Freudian psychology of Jekyll and Hyde. That's not what we're talking about. He wants to be able to say that I have the accomplishments and the accolades to back up the shit I talk. I've said my whole career, I got a mouth like Ali, but I'm as dangerous as Tyson. And I got championship gold and names on my list to prove that. He wants to be able to say that he beat the man. He wants to be able to say, I beat the man who beat this man, that goes on, so on and so forth. I respect that. I see that. Let's make it happen. But understand what comes with it.
I just wanted to tell him, you're going to be in a match on Sunday, and the person across from you is not wearing khakis. He's coming to steal your soul. He says he knows you. I'm just not sure that's true.
The issue is he has been a pit bull and a dog fight for a long time. But the difference is he's now a pit bull up against a tiger, up against a bear. Hell, he's a pit bull in water with a great white shark. You're not in your element.
Also can swim either.
He's not in his element.
He is not. But it's happening this Sunday at IPW. You heard it here first on the Power Hour. The Emerge Pro Wrestling Championship being
World Championship. Don't forget, I've defended this title outside the country. It's a world title now.
World Championship being defended at IPW in Richmond Park this Sunday. After a match against Shaq. Your dance card is full this weekend. You better get some rest, man.
You know what the worst part about it is? You know what the worst part about it? The same day, I got to be in Minnesota when I'm facing Shaq. Got some important stuff going on up there. And then I also got to watch my brother's match that he's having at IPW. He's making his IPW debut this weekend as well.
Well, there you go.
So if you're going to be there, Unc, if he does bad, it's not my fault.
Are you going to be at IPW this weekend there, Red?
No.
You don't want to see me whoop his ass? I do want to see that. And see, I know Steve, and I know the arrogance of Steve. Steve's going to go live. He's going to go live during this match and broadcast. So why drive all that way?
You know why? Because there's going to be a part in the match where I distract the referee and I'm going to just hold him in a headlock and I want you to wear his ass out for all them bald jokes. Like, just take your belt off and just get
But
his.
here's the thing. If you go say something about me being bald, be original. Like, dude, at one point, yeah, of course I had hair. Had silky hair down my back. Okay, I'm older, nigga. I might be your daddy. I gotta see your mama to make sure I'm not. And then, hey, I gotta remember, I don't know her name. So it might have been one of them nights. So, shit. But what I am gonna do is stop at CVS. I'm gonna pull in, whip out my credit card, something that his ass ain't got. And I'm gonna go to the dermatology aisle and I'm gonna get the Oxy 5 and the Clearasil, and I'm gonna get the cocoa butter. So once he washes his face, he can have. Yeah, come on. Then I'm gonna take his ass shopping. Stop buying little boy shit. Every fucking thing that he wears, he gonna do a photo shoot, buy some clothes that fucking fit. Now you got a hockey jersey that comes up to your stomach. It's a hockey jersey. What the fuck? You got on a leather jacket that my fucking grandson, who's 7, should be wearing. Let this shit go. And then you say you're a king. You're a king. I don't see your ass putting asses in seats. You can talk all that shit. Oh, I got 300,000 streams in Asia. Motherfucker, when that shit come to wrestling, how many asses have you put in the seat? 0. Who's paying to see King J.R. Nobody.
Who's coming to see you? Nobody.
I'm going to be honest. Until this happened, I wasn't going to make it to IPW this Sunday. But to know that Paragon is putting that Emerge title on the line, as tired as I'm going to be from driving all those hours, I'm going to IPW this Sunday. I have to see that match.
Well, let me stay at your house.
Always welcome.
Always stay at your house because it's about to be a long weekend for me too. To have to do Minnesota and Wisconsin in the same day, and then have to it's gonna be a long one. So after I'm gonna stay with you. Shit.
Yeah, you certainly know my Rose Garden well enough, so I appreciate that.
Hey, allegedly.
Paragon, we appreciate your time tonight. We appreciate the generosity of you sharing that big announcement that you're coming to IPW and that title is coming with you. And now, lo and behold, J.R. Lindsay, who wants the smoke, is about to get the smoke. So, man, Shaq Jordan on Saturday, J.R. Lindsay on Sunday. Paragon, you're the one and only. You are the world's most dangerous game. Thank you for being on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me, and it's about to be a long weekend.
God.
But you better beat that Paragon.
But take the match. Are you gonna take the match though? To take the match. Do you want it? You don't want this because the title. To take the match. You're gonna take the match. To take the title match. Did not on the face. Your light ain't working. Your light turned off.
I'm about to beat you.
Your light turned off.
In your face.
I think your battery died.
Oh my bad. Here you go.
God. Well, this went downhill very quickly. We're gonna Paragon's like 38 minutes over the time you wanted to be here. We're gonna let you go do your business, and we will see you this weekend in many places. Thank you again, my friend. We are gonna bring you back on a monthly basis to have what Paragon's pissed about.
Pissed off P.
Pissed off P. Yeah. and check out Paragon's podcast. You got to do it on Apple Music and Spotify. Go check it out because this man has been born with the gift of gab, and it just needs to be heard. And I'm going to check out some stand-up comedy, motherfucker. I had no idea. I can't wait to hear it.
Also, just to clarify, ain't shit dick. All right. And dick ain't shit are two different things. Okay. All right. Ain't shit dick means your penis is good enough for her to call you daddy, but not good enough for you to meet her father. Okay. Dick ain't shit means, are you in it yet? I've been in here for 12 minutes. Really? I thought you were still fumbling around. Okay. That's dick ain't shit. All right. And you can check my Carfax. I'm still doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. There's a reason why I'm missing 23 positions and 1,000 submissions. Okay. I got a black belt in tongue fu and I love the cat fight. You better put some respect on my name, goddammit.
I'm just gonna bow down. There's no way to come back from that. Paragon,
you just yell and you just look at the screen and you just keep yelling, and that's all you do. You just keep yelling.
Red, can you open the show doing that every time now?
I have no problem. Because I'm a day, you're gonna listen to me. You're gonna listen to me. You in my album, in my album, in my album.
Because when it comes to music, no, I'm gonna say one thing. You gonna let me talk? Last person that said something about my lady, I made them listen to my album and they regretted it.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. That is one of those magic moments of time. You just have to let it happen and soak it all in. Oh my God. Check out Paragon this Saturday. Frontline Pro Wrestling Now or Never, Marshfield, Wisconsin. Check him out Sunday, IPW Richmond Park. And where are you going to be in Minnesota?
I am going to be doing a tryout in Minnesota.
On Saturday or Sunday?
On Saturday, before Frontline.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. You're all gas pedal, no brakes.
Hey, your boy's trying to get to Japan, so.
Oh, Japan ain't ready for Paragon. The last time something like that happened, a monster rose out the water and shot fire out of his mouth.
Yeah, you and Moore still feeling that.
All right, we're going to let you go, Paragon. Thank you so much for being here. You are the world's most dangerous game, and we love you, brother. 100% love you, man. Thank you so much. I need a moment. I think I need a break before we talk about NWA, huh?
Well,
I'm ready to go. Let's go.
All right, we'll do it real quick. Paragon, if you want to stay while we talk about NWA, we got to do this. We're under contractual obligation. I don't want to let Billy down.
You good. I'll let y'all go. Y'all be easy. And also, before I go, you don't even tell you one thing.
Come on, Red, give it to him one more time. Paragon wants.
Oh man, I fucking love y'all. I love you.
We love you, Paragon. We love you, man.
Y'all be easy.
We'll see you on Saturday. Drive safe, okay?
Peace, we'll do.
Yeah, be safe.
All right, that is the one, the only Paragon. There can be only one, and that's him. See him all weekend long in various places. Oh boy. Well, that went to hell in a handcart pretty quickly, didn't it?
I don't think it went to hell. I think it went to hell for Russell, but I don't think it went to hell for anyone else.
I blame myself just a little bit because I kind of goaded Russell into it. I said, Russell, I'm not going to tell him you're coming. Just come on. And then the first thing I did when we got on is I said, oh, by the way, at 7:25, Russell's coming on. I wanted Russell. It kind of happened the way not exactly the way I wanted it, but I didn't know he was going to get a shot at that title. I didn't even know Paragon was going to be at IPW. You know, I'm not kept in the loop of IPW's activities. And, you know, the last IPW show I did after a Frontline show, I fell asleep in the meeting. And if I hadn't woken up and someone would have caught my ass asleep, I'd have been in trouble.
Yeah, Nerf gun would have been shot at you.
Yeah, at least. So I decided that after Frontline shows, if IPW is running, I couldn't go because it's just too much for an old codger like myself. Plus the Bears are on. So, you know, I was planning on taking this month off. Not that I'm needed there anyway. I don't do anything there. I just sit there and take tickets and, you know, make lewd comments and cheer. So I have no real function at IPW, but now that I know this thing is happening on Sunday, I have to be there. This is something I have to see for myself. And the fact that Paragon is putting his Emerge title on the line against King JR after this week's social media chaos, I mean, that
You may need to go live because I actually forgot that I have to take my mom up to Michigan on Sunday. So you may have to go live for me.
Well, if all works out, maybe I will go live so the masses. But I think the masses should just show up because that IPW is doing great work, especially in Richmond Park, and we were just there for Max and Rion's thing the morning after on X, and the people of the VFW love us and we love them, and
yes, go say hello to Anita and tip her well.
Tip Anita well. She makes the best hot dogs in town. So that's an amazing thing. So we got breaking news, and it's crazy. Let's talk a little NWA Chicago. I had a lot of NWA happen over the weekend or over Thursday and Friday. So I wake up in the morning on Thursday. I wake up at 5:30, 5:15 typically, and I'm making my breakfast, taking a shower, and about 6:15, my phone blows up. And it's people from NWA. Hey, are you busy tonight? And I didn't have anything to do, but I have to work until 6. So, it's tough to go anywhere right after work unless I've planned for it. So they said, hey, we need a ring announcer for the Westfield Old Orchard Mall charity event that we're doing tonight for Madame Zuzu's. So suddenly I thought I was just doing NWA Chicago on Friday. So now I'm doing it on Thursday. And there were 2 shows. There was a 5 to 6 show and a 7 to 8 show. Latimer and Brian Idol, went at it that night, as well as going at it at NWA Chicago on Friday night. We had Natalia Markova and Lily, Jax Johnson, Daisy Kill, Jason Kill, Cypher was there. I mean, from Wrestle League, Lulu Lorena, Mexican Barbie was there. So they pulled out all the stops. I mean, there was 2 great shows that happened, because Madame Zuzu's had a pop up there, and Billy was there, and he was. I talked more to Billy Thursday night than I've talked to him in every show that I've been to this one, because he was feeding me information as the ring announcer, and I kept butchering it. So I think my days at NWA might be pretty much over because I was old man tired on both those nights. But we'll get to NWA Super Smashing Halloween in a moment. One of the coolest moments that happened Thursday night is it's Daisy Kill versus Nathan Nile, the Lizard Man. And who is watching that match cheering like a child? David fucking Arquette was 2 feet away from me.
Wait, Friday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I knew he was there because someone I know was there and was posted a pic. Like, she's like, I'm gonna take a picture of him taking a picture of the ring.
Yeah,
so
he was so vested in the Lizard Man that it was great. He's such a fan of wrestling and such a good dude. He was so incredibly approachable, as Billy is. Billy is just hanging out, chilling, with his girl, with his kids. They are these gigantic megastars. I mean, Smashing Pumpkins in the 90s and the 2000s, there wasn't a bigger band in the planet, and they're still huge now, traveling all over the world. Yet he is one of the most approachable humans you'll ever meet. It's pretty impressive. And they had a great energy, a lot of press there at that Thursday night thing. So it was really well done, and it was really fun. The BOZ was there. It's always fun working with Steve. He's a great mentor and a great friend. So, great time Thursday night. Then it's the quick turnaround to Super Smashing Halloween. Now, I was tag teaming with Damian Saint, our Rocket Pro general manager. He and I were supposed to do live studio commentary that could be heard in the auditorium. So I was a little nervous about that because we can be heard from our position, but we're not mic'd up to the PA system. I don't know how that's going to work. I've never been involved in something like that. So I was a little nervous, and so was Saint. But they had to bring in a backup sound system. So the sound system wasn't spectacular because it was kind of cobbled together. So they killed that right away because nobody could hear us. So at that point, Damian Saint and I became dual ring announcers. So I would do a match, he would do a match. I would do a match, he would do a match. I wanted him to get, his, he deserves, to be an NWA ring announcer, to work there. And I didn't want him to not have his moment. So, he was great. He had a good time. He has seen the inner workings of NWA Chicago, and he knows. But Damian Saint, whether you love him or hate him as a GM at Rocket Pro, did a nice job Friday night at Studio One. But there were some great matches, and I just want to say thank you again to Rachel and Andy and
Who's Rachel?
Cactus and
Thank you.
Andy and Hazel and Judgment Day
Euro.
and Euro and the dad joke girl.
Lethal.
No, Lethal.
And Judgment Dave. And Disco Ray was there. Kid Lat was there. Thundercat was there.
Rion's old manager from PCW was there. Jimmy Blaze was there. You want to talk about the many corners of Illinois independent wrestling, because Kazile and Brian Allen, Kazile was fighting, Brian Allen was reffing. There was a strong POW contingent there, and there was a strong SCW contingent there. James Creed was in the battle royal, and his girlfriend Emily was there, and some of the family was there. So
I believe that's his fiance.
Fiance now, yes. I'm sorry. That is that 100. She said yes, and there's a ring, and then there's probably a dress somewhere along the way as well. Congratulations to them. It felt like such a family affair Friday night, because everybody from the entire Midwest wrestling community was there in some form or fashion. Wrestle League was there in force representing, because Shogun made his NWA debut. And boy, when Shogun came out, that place went fucking.
Yeah, I feel bad for Mario because
I have never seen Mario Pardua upstaged by anybody, but boy,
yeah, there was one point where I yelled out, "We like you too, Mario," but it's Shogun.
Shogun came out and owned the ring and owned the night. And there was a moment in his match where Marche Rocket looked 25 again.
Yeah.
He flew around
so fucking fast.
God damn, was Marche fast. He was so fast. It was he and Jazz, amazing combination together. Now they've got beef with the new NWA Tag Team Champions and Country Gentlemen.
I have some thoughts for Country Gentlemen if we have a quick moment.
We have as many moments as you like.
Whoever the one in the chaps was, I expressed this at the show, but I want to express it again. You do not have the ass for chaps. I do. Don't tell me to shut up.
Wow, there
I'll wear my chaps next time.
Don't piss off Cactus Rack in her chaps.
Nope.
And she'll judge your ass too, and she did.
I will.
Another spectacular thing that happened at Super Smashing Halloween is the vacant NWA Women's Television title was filled. So you had Natalia Markova, you had La Princesa, Tiffany Nieves, who I adore. You had what is Haley J? Is that her name?
Hollywood Haley J.
Hollywood Haley J, Netflix star, social media star. And then you had Big Mama. Now, I'm familiar with all of them, but I'm not so familiar with Big Mama. Get to know Big Mama. Big Mama is the new NWA Women's Television Champion.
And I'm happy for her, but I'm very disappointed that we didn't get to see much from her during the match.
Well, she would there were liberties taken throughout that match, and
I agree, but and I'm happy for her, but I think the win would have been more impactful if they hadn't targeted her so heavily and left her kind of hanging most of the time.
And they
didn't really get a good feel for her.
They clearly went after the big dog because they all, wanted her away from the fracas. And I have watched Natalia and Tiffany go at it more than one time, and they are dance partners of a whole other level. So I knew that match was going to be great, and it was everything we hoped it would be. Latimer took on Brian Idol in an NWA Heavyweight Championship match. And Brian Idol gave him everything he had, but in the end, the champ is still the champ. So it was a good night for Tom Latimer, a very impressive athlete. They have great champions. First it was EC3, now him. NWA is just amazing when it comes to the talent level they have. The Daisy Kill Battle Royal was pretty epic. Nathan Nile wins the Battle Royale, and it had everybody in it. Kazaya was in it. Creed was in it. Sam Eli was in it. There were a lot of people in this match, but in the end, it was Nathan Nile who then had to fight Daisy Kill, in an impromptu match, which didn't seem awfully fair, but very spirited effort from that local Chicago Lucha, who is very talented. So that was a pretty fun thing to see. Obviously, the Soul Touches, they were amazing. Jack Valor, Eddie Grayson came in and they did great work. They fought the Country Gentlemen. Marche and Jazz fought Miller and Moondog. Shelly Benson returned to Chicago to take on Lily La Pescadita Ruiz in a very spirited match. Axel Rico fought Rafael Quintero in a match on that show, and that is a match that CSW would hang its hat on. But there was a bad moment in all of the good, and this kind of pisses me off, and I will take this with me heading to Franklin Park in a few weeks. It was Charlie Kleinman versus Steve Boz, face on face, baby. Charlie is a hometown Highland Park boy. Boz is all Chicago. So there were fans in the crowd that were cheering for Charlie, and there were the CSW faithful cheering on Boz. Well, that didn't sit well with Boz. And Red, Boz made a full-on heel turn. And he did some sinister shit. And after it was over, he's calling me for the microphone. And he says, maybe you could get up a little quicker if you stopped eating all that McDonald's, fat ass. He said that to me. And as I stood there with my mouth open in shock, he says, yeah, keep that mouth open so you can get some more Krispy Kremes. Boss, my guy, my friend. TJ and Boz, the guys that kind of brought me into CSW are turning their back on me, Red. How do I explain that?
You don't. Egos.
That's all you got?
Egos. I mean, what you want me to say? I wasn't there.
Cactus, what did you say about Boz turning heel?
I am by no means a Charlie Kleinman fan. I think he has, not to say I'm not a fan. I'll leave that where it is for now. So I was all for Steve Boz putting the hurt on him, but as you know, I am a firm believer that fat shaming is lazy as fuck. If you are going to resort to fat shaming, you have no business talking. Get better. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Cactus. I knew you'd have
better.
I appreciate that. So overall, fun night, fun Thursday and Friday, NWA Chicago. We'll see if we get to go back and do that again. You just never know when it comes to that kind of show. But great fan turnout, great response, very energetic crowd. It's a party in Studio One when NWA's in town, and Billy smiled quite a few times, so I think he was pretty happy with the product, which is always good, because if he's not happy, then what are any of us doing there? So that's this. So this Saturday we have Now or Never. IPW is this Sunday. I can't wait to see the steel cage matches. I hope Ben gets eviscerated in a steel cage. There's a lot of action, a lot of nuance. Warhorse is being tested at Now or Never. So there's a lot of moving pieces happening at this very, very big match, this very, very big card on Saturday. And you all heard the news break here. King JR versus Paragon for the Emerge title.
I do have one more thing to say about the NWA show.
Oh, go ahead, by all means.
I do. And people can take what I have to say and they can say she has no business talking about it. Shut the fuck up. I don't really fucking care. There was a large group of people involved in wrestling who up and left after their people wrestled. and left a whole huge side of Studio One empty. And I think that is so classless and tactless. When you are at a wrestling show, knowing how the fuck you would feel if the whole fucking crowd left before your match and you all just got up and fucking left 3 matches before the end, tactless. That's all I have to say.
That happens more places than you'd think.
Oh, I'm aware, but for me, it's when it comes from wrestlers. Wrestlers. A whole fucking group of wrestlers and promoters getting up and leaving. Tactless. Do better.
Well, that's one to grow on now, and the more you know, just like every NBC Saturday morning, right, Red? The star comes by, the more you know.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, indeed. That brings us to the end of this Power Hour, and we had fun tonight. It was very good. Next Tuesday night is going to be the Power Hour Halloween show, and I think the best way to do Halloween is to bring in the youngins. So, Cactus, are the youngins still game?
The youngins are still game.
So next
Hazel
Tuesday,
will be fresh from her vacation and with braces. So
ooh. So next Tuesday night, the Halloween show for the Power Hour featuring the Knockouts Miners in all of their glory. We'll have moths and lethally blonde people and all sorts of shenanigans happening on
there will
the
be
show.
no Lethally Blonde.
You're not going to be there?
No, I will message you.
I was going to pay her. We're going to give her dad joke money. Anyway, we'll worry about who's going to be on there. But at least my favorite moth will be there, and we'll have some Halloween hijinks. We'll talk a little Halloween. We'll talk a little bit of miners. We'll talk about a lot of stuff. Maybe we'll talk about Chapel Roan even.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
I'm a 40-year-old death metal, huh? That's where we're going with this. That's where you're elevating this situation.
What's up?
The little meme you were circulating around.
Yes, the little meme I'm circulating around.
That's where we're headed with the Chapel Roan situation.
Yeah, that's where we're headed.
Okay, that's not gonna end well for any of you.
Do you think you scare me?
I know I don't scare you, but I'm just telling
Do
you
you think you're gonna get one over on me?
there are consequences to be had when you challenge the throne.
Do you think I have ever once suffered consequences?
There's always a first time.
It's not going to be from you, Steve.
Always a first time, and that first time could be next Tuesday.
It's not going to be from you, Steve.
On the Power Hour.
It's not going to be from you.
We want to thank Paragon for being a great guest as always. We want to thank King JR. Red, can you give us one more? Can you give us one more King JR?
I'm all JR'd out.
He's all JR. Red just wants to go to bed, and I don't blame him. I do too. All right. Thanks to C Red. Thanks to Cactus Rack. This has been the Power Hour. We have no idea where Rion was, but Rion should have been here because the IPW card was directly affected by it. I'm not even sure if he's aware of what just happened. So I guess we'll have to find out. But thank you for watching. Thanks to everybody. We will see you next week, 2 days before Halloween. For Red and Cactus, I'm Steve. Catch you next week. Thanks for watching the Power Hour. Buy Carter Comics. Have a great night, y'all.